quick look around, see if there's no bad guys following us. Do not leave your houses unless you absolutely have to. I can imagine an awful lot of people absolutely have to, particularly those in financial difficulty, those who can get work, and never mind the absolute legends that are the NHS and all the unmentioned workers. I think everyone's struggling at the moment, even those who have prepared. We'll make a plan though, we always do. That's what people in this industry do best, get together.
Most of my efforts have been put into working on getting gigs organised for the spring, summer and autumn, getting on a few festivals. A lot of the work that we've been doing, we've been practising hard with a project that we're working on called Thought Control, which is the War All the Time backline with some very special guests. We were supposed to be playing a gig at the Bunker in Sunderland for the 37th anniversary of the first gig that we organised at that venue back in 1983. In November last year we recorded a three-way split live album with Cress, Andy and War All the Time. We recorded that at Rocking Horse rehearsal rooms in Durham in front of a live audience, recorded it in one take in sort of a gig situation, and that just came out 3 weeks ago. Obviously we've got a few issues getting out and about now to try and sell it at gigs and things, but it's doing well selling online. 3 record labels came in with us to help us put it out. That was Serial Ball, Chaos Control and Boss Tunage have been a big help. The 3 bands put the rest of the money in. It was a total DIY effort, and we're pretty proud of it. We're loving the artwork that our good friend Joe Public did for us.
So how is this situation affecting you?
The coronavirus, it's having a massive effect on the music industry as a whole. We're trapped in the house now. Last year I played 97 gigs all over the UK and Europe. Obscene Extreme Festival in Czech Republic was a highlight. All the gigs in Europe were good, and I was lucky enough to get to tour Scandinavia last year as well, which was really amazing. In the last 2 weeks alone we've had 30 gigs cancelled. We had most weekends booked from now up until the end of October, and obviously promoters are getting scared, getting worried. Venues are closed. Some really good gigs cancelled, which is a real shame. I think the biggest disappointment, the amount of work that the War All the Time lads and the special guests that we put into the Thought Control project. But hopefully we're going to be able to resume that when all this is over, and we're looking at a 10th of October as a replacement date for that. So hopefully things calm down, and by June, midsummer, we can all get back out again.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna.
I would imagine the bands can pick up and carry on where they left off, really. I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for me because I can't really practice drums in the house. Big worries, small venues and the DIY promoters, can they weather the storm? Are they going to be able to financially survive and carry on after all this is over? It's a good thing that the hardcore punk and metal communities, there's a great community spirit and everyone's rallying together and looking after each other. The other thing I'm a bit worried about is we generally play a lot of benefit gigs for animal rights organisations. Last year we raised somewhere in the region of 1,500 quid for different animal rights organisations, and that's a massive help to them to keep them doing what they do. And obviously it's a bit of a worry that how are they going to be able to continue to operate. We're always travelling, every weekend we're normally away, so it's gutting that we can't see all these people and hug them. But I mean, I'm really sure the DIY music scene can get over this, and we'll be able to pick up where we all left off. It's just the big worries is the venues and the rehearsal rooms, the small businesses. You know, I really hope they can sort of weather the storm.
And on that note, do you think the industry's ever going to recover?
If small venues, rehearsal rooms and other small businesses involved in the DIY music scene can hold out and get through this, I would imagine things can recover fairly quickly. I mean, everybody's going to be keen to get back out and gigging. I would imagine the bands are playing, and a lot of other bands in the DIY scene will rally together and play benefits for these venues and try and get them back up and running. We're not bothered about money at all. We're just bothered about the scene and seeing people and getting out and about and helping anybody that we can. If we all work together, I mean, that's the whole idea of the DIY scene. We all help each other. With regards to like people's social habits, I think everybody's going to be gagging to get back out again, and I'm hoping that the first few months, weeks, months after all this is over, that everybody's gigs are going to be packed out and everybody's going to be having a great time.
How do you think it's being dealt with?
I've always been wary of the media, the government, any form of authority. It's a difficult one. All the legislation that's been brought in now, I mean, 2.5 years this legislation lasts for. So I mean, we're under a police state really. People in the UK have always had a gung-ho attitude about not being too bothered about things like this, but I think people are starting to take it pretty serious now. Seems to be less people on the streets. A few days ago there was loads of people just out in groups on the streets, and obviously it's going to be a pretty serious problem. A lot of people are going to get ill. Hopefully we can all get through this. I've got absolutely no faith at all in the UK government. The NHS has been crippled, it's on its knees before all this happened. You've only got to look at the House of Commons, all Parliament clapping when they weren't going to increase the pay for the NHS staff. I mean, the government's only interested in money, so capitalism's a bad thing. That's the virus.
So what do you think can be done for the people in the industry?
I mean, I know these are hard times for everybody, and a lot of people have lost the sources of income. I mean, if you are able to spend a quid or two, I mean, you can buy bands merch, you can get the music online. A good friend of ours, Captain Hot Knives, who Prolefeed have done collaborations with in the past, he's been playing online gigs. He set up a hardship fund for musicians, buskers, small venues, anybody in need really, any of the DIY community. In no time at all he raised over £1,000, and he's been, anybody who's struggling, he's been giving them a few quid so they can get some shopping or put some money on the gas or electric, anything they need. That's the true spirit of DIY, and that's what we all need to do, try and help each other. I'm sure a lot of music will come out of this as well, because I mean, people are going to have time to write new songs, do online collaborations with other musicians. I've really been enjoying some of the live stream gigs as well that we've watched on Facebook and YouTube. I know it's not the same as going to a gig, but you can still have a good time in your house, have a drink, cast it to the telly, and last night we watched 3 hours of live music, which was great. Hopefully just everybody needs to work together and keep the DIY ethics, and we'll come through this, and once it's all over, it's going to be good again. That's all we can hope for, just everybody help each other. And I'd just like to say, stay safe everybody, and we'll see you on the other side.
Sorry, it's not a fucking dip under a tree branch. Fucking tree branch, gonna fight you, I'll kill you.